Hello there. How is everybody? I hope you guys are doing great. I'm just going to cleanse my space a little bit while you guys pick your pile. If you don't know what a pick a card reading is or how it works, I will explain it to you real quick. There are 3 piles. You've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. You will meditate, intuitively choose, or just randomly select whichever pile you are most pulled towards, okay? Once you select your pile, you can scroll down into the more info box underneath the video, and you will see timestamps that will take you directly to your pile. If you would like to watch all of the piles, feel free. There's no right or wrong answer. Since this is a general collective reading, please do not try to make any pieces fit where they don't naturally fit in your specific situation. So if it resonates, then keep it. It's your message. If it doesn't resonate, then just leave it wherever it lands, okay? I'm blessing this space. There are no negative entities or energies welcome in this space. I'm only reading for the higher good, for the white light, pure white light. Alright, so one more time, I'm going to let you know which piles are which. In case you missed it, you've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So please go ahead, select your pile, and I will see you at your pile. Okay. I'm going to leave the oracle card until the end, or whenever I feel most called to reveal it. Spirit, universe, please bring me whatever message pile 1 needs to hear the most. Whoever's watching this pile, you may be a father, or this may have to do with a father figure. I feel like in the past, you may have entered into, there's definitely 2 piles. Some of you are fathers yourselves, and some of you, it's going to be dealing with your actual father or a father figure, okay? So, or like possibly even a boss, if anything, okay? Take it however it fits, if it does fit. But this father figure, it looks like they thought that they were pretty stable. They seemed to enter into the role pretty willingly and strongly. I feel like they were a little bit too focused on maybe work or finances and didn't pay as much attention to their Empress as needed or as they should have. I do feel like this created this Emperor to become a more cold-hearted individual, kind of cruel, possibly emotionally manipulative, or just emotionally deprivating. There was a lot of false accusations happening. I feel like those false accusations could actually be what caused this switch to happen, to where he went into a darker spirit. But it looks like in the future there's going to be traditional order restored, and possibly even like a spiritual commitment. So that's like a really good turnaround for the end. Let's see how you got there, or how you're going to get there. All right. It looks like you may have been in the energy, or this father figure. They may have been in that the energy of being sneaky about what they are saying, about the words that they're expressing to people, in line with their charity that they're giving to people. So I feel like they were almost like demeaning, like they would help somebody and then it would end up being something that that person like owed for, or they really like would get hung up on past favors that they did for people. Like even when they were, and this gave them like this feeling of like feeling like people owed them just constantly, you know, like everybody was in debt with this person, it feels like, or with you, if this is resonant, that is with you. Even like when people didn't necessarily sign up for the debt. Can I get clarity or some more information on this charity? Okay, you know, if this isn't actually having to do with charity that you were giving in particular, or that father was giving, it could be charity that was being given or being requested of the, like, to the father. It looks like he was in some pretty low spirits, but in a really pessimistic way when it came to having enough or getting enough from people. So it's almost like people would help out this individual and it just wouldn't ever be good enough, kind of. But then at the same time, he would lie about paying them back, or maybe he would like be upset that they didn't give enough, so then he would do like passive aggressive type behaviors, like, or constantly bring up something that they may have owed from before, and that's why he doesn't owe them now, you know, things like that. Kind of sneaky about it, in a more greedy type way, but definitely manipulating the truth that was being told or expressed or heard to people. Okay, and here's that wife, or that empress, sorry. She came out upright, so I don't feel like it's her. I don't feel. Who is this then? Hopeless. Why hopeless? Okay, this Empress here, she's feeling pretty hopeless about the situation for some reason. It looks like there's things that are hidden. She feels like there's secrets being hidden. She doesn't feel secure in her footing or in her stability in the relationship. She doesn't feel like there's any new prospects or like new income streams that are going to be available anytime soon. She's tired of doing the hard work, and she doesn't see any other options. That is really horrible energy to be in. Why does she feel so hopeless like this? What caused this? Where can I get some clarity on this hopeless situation here? Her strength. She feels like she's been staying strong for far too long now. It's like she keeps getting like bad luck sent her way, or like blocked by other people, or you know what, I feel like this is the Emperor again. He's blocking his blessings, and it's causing her to have to be the one that's strong, because he just doesn't want to accept that the universe wants to give him a blessing. It's like he's self-punishing himself. And meanwhile, this Empress over here is dealing with income struggles and hopelessness and workaholics and lack of options, or just like seeing through the illusions, but at the same time there's so much hidden still, and she's got to use her strength to hold this whole thing together. Meanwhile, he's just sitting here. So this could be the Empress in the pile that is listening. Take it as it resonates. Okay, all of that feeling of hopelessness pushed her, wow, into literally being cold-hearted, manipulative, ruthless, calculated. But you know what? I do also feel like for some of you, this could actually be the children. This could be a full family. There could be the dad, the mom, or the Emperor and the Empress. And then you've got the Queen of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Cups in reverse, and the Four of Cups. These could be two daughters right here. And a son, maybe. Get some more clarity on this. Who's the Queen of Cups? In reverse. Okay, clarity on the Queen of Cups in reverse. Clarity on the Queen of Swords in reverse. Clarity on the Four of Cups. So this Queen of Swords in reverse is a big jerk. Queen of Cups in reverse is trying to go through recovery right now, it seems like. And the Four of Cups in reverse, or I mean, an upright. Now this is all the Empress's transition. In the past, the Empress was this pessimistic one. She was the one that was sitting there. She rebirthed, though. she transformed. She did the Phoenix concept. She handled it. She came back all new. But she still didn't rebirth into something beautiful yet. She rebirthed into somebody that was needing recovery. She got out of that, whatever the addiction it was, or whatever the manipulation that was going on, or the emotional abuse that was going on. She got out of that, and she rested and recovered, and she allowed herself to find truth in her, like safety in her truth. And from that point, she went on a rampage. It looks like she turned into a pretty big jerk, really cold-hearted, just calculated and harsh. So what does this have to do with the Emperor? I feel like you may be trying to figure out your relationship, possibly, or possibly like reuniting with a family member. So this Empress here, she could have been like your mom or an aunt or somebody important like that, and the Emperor could have been your dad. You're starting that fresh. You're like, oh, what is going on with this reading? Sorry about that. I got a different deck. Let's see if I can get some key players here. Let's see here. I'm gonna ask Pendulum. Alright, Pendulum. The Empress. Is the Empress the same as the Queen of Cups in reverse? Is that the same person? What about the Queen of Swords in reverse? What about the Four of Cups? Alright. So universe is the Empress a mom? Is the Empress still married? Is the Emperor a father? Or, yes, is the Emperor the client? Is the Empress the client? Is the Emperor her husband? Her father? Her baby's father? Is the Queen of Cups their children? Is the Queen of Swords in reverse the child? Sorry, I keep yawning. Are there any more children? Is the Queen of Swords in reverse a male child? Is the Queen of Cups in reverse a female child? Okay, so looks like that Queen of Swords in reverse is a masculine child, or a child that connects more with his male side. The Queen of Cups in reverse is a female child. The Emperor is the Empress's actual husband. Right. I'm going to pull some of these to see what the Emperor thinks of the Empress. A little bit more clarity on their actual relationship here. You are the part I'm missing. I got myself stuck on you. That's the Emperor's feelings. The Empress. What about the Empress for the Emperor? Which one's flipped over? These two, okay. Oh, whoa, a lot. Empress's feelings for the Emperor are, I miss being close to you. You are perfect. I just need space from you. Okay. Now what about the Queen of Swords in reverse? What are their thoughts on the Empress? I wish you could trust me. I am not happy with you anymore. That's that masculine child, male child. The more feminine child, let's see what her thoughts are on the Empress. I think about you all the time. And what about the male child's thoughts on the Emperor? I have a lot of love for you. And the female child's thoughts on the Emperor. One flip over. Okay, tell. No, okay. So female's thoughts on the Emperor, the female child. I want to keep you safe. That's interesting. Okay. Make sure none of these other ones flipped over. Doesn't look like it. Alright. So, this is a really interesting dynamic. I'm getting the feeling that this may be a marriage with two different people's kids involved. I don't think these children are related at all. But let me check on that. Are the boy and girl, are they related? No. Is the boy related to the dad? Is the boy related to the Empress? Is the female child related to the Empress? Is the female child related to the Emperor? Okay, so the female child is the female Empresses. The male child is the Emperors. I'm really curious to know what this female child is keeping the Emperor safe from, or what she wants to keep him safe from, so I'm gonna look into that. She wants to keep the King of Swords in reverse, safe from a committed family. Or I see. Because the family's miserable. There's that Four of Cups again. The union, it's just not happy. Somebody's like literally getting drained. And the only way to follow the actual truth of the situation was to point out the false accusations that were happening that was causing this to drain. It's like this person with the Four of Cups, like this pessimistic thinking is just like overlooking this happy family, and it's just like, you guys aren't happy. You guys don't even know what's going on. Meanwhile, she's literally getting drained by the union itself. This has to do, this is the Empress with that Four of Cups energy. She's really looking in the past. She can't get over it. That's why it's draining for the connection. And that's what the daughter wants to protect the Emperor from. This male child. He's looking to the future, hoping for this family. He just wants to be with the family. Why is she so depressed? Why is she looking so much into the past? She's got a union right here, a partnership. Why? Who's this Four of Cups? What's going on with them? Whoa. Alright, she's looking in the past because when she thought she was the Empress and she thought that she was creating the world, she had her back turned, and in that time, this Emperor may have begun to have wandering eyes or seeking out different social settings for support rather than going home to her. Meanwhile, she was trying to create the world for them and only worrying about the future, staying blind, like turning a blind eye to the situation. Either that, or she may remember from a past life. These may be past life memories. And she knows that there's a connection. She knows that that's her family, possibly from even a starseed situation. And it's like she had to sacrifice. You can see in here, there's 3 people. There's a blonde, a brunette, and a brown-haired girl, or a lighter colored brunette. And Right here, there's only two dancing, partying together. And then there's this one on the outside looking in who's getting so depleted, missing them and wishing about the past, wanting to go back to that connection. But to this connection. But she can't for some reason. So she just has to look from the outside in. And that's causing her to no longer feel like an empress. She's just feeling sad. She wants to rebirth. She wants to go back to what she had before it got messed up. She misses the what about this male child? This male child, he's going to see victory. However, first, he needs to get past what's making him feel like he's no longer worthy of making his own choices that make him happy. The thing that's keeping him from feeling happy is feeling like he's no longer capable of manifesting the thing that he's going to find victory in is going to first appear as if it's not a victory. It's going to first appear as if it's like he's like just stagnant, like he can't create anything. He's gonna like lose his creativity. He's gonna just like feel like he's just failing. And then there's gonna be a Queen of Pentacles that comes in who's really resourceful and beautiful and strong. And I feel like she's gonna show him how to find this victory. Yeah, this is all karmic. This was a karmic situation. It was to show this Queen of Pentacles that she was self-sufficient. It was also to show where there was an imbalance, so that the Queen of Cups could flip herself back upright again and feel safe and secure and fully emotionally happy and nurturing. The other part of the karmic cycle is going to be that this Emperor gets flipped in reverse because he was not willing to grow throughout this, like the Queen of Cups and like the King of Swords. Yeah. The Emperor missed his turn. He didn't pass his karmic test. So what's the advice, Spirit? What direction? What doesn't it mean? Like, why do they need to know that he didn't pass the test? Because it's time to follow your truth so you can step up to the plate. Open your eyes, open your mind, and follow the truth that you know is to be true. Don't let other people sway you. Don't let other people trick you or deceive you. Take yourself on your spiritual path. Go and ascend, ascend, ascend. Whoever you are that I'm talking to. This is a really important message. I don't know why it's coming through so strong right now, but maybe you just woke up to hear it. Don't care who thinks that you look crazy. Don't fear commitment. Work your butt off and climb those stairs and follow that white light, and you will find happiness in the end. But you have to do it with joy in your heart. Don't do this like it's a trip, like it's a punishment. Just find that joy, find that commitment, find that loyalty, find that traditional value that you are missing right now. Also, stop being a wounded warrior. Things happen to all of us. I'm sorry. I send you my condolences. I send you my love. I send you my respect. But I also send you my strength. Because you do not need to be a wounded warrior anymore. It is time that you stop blocking yourself in, trying to protect yourself so much. It is time that you stop acting like a moody jerk just because people may have made choices that you don't fully agree with. Because they did. So who are you to tell them that their choice was wrong if they agreed with their choice? That's why we all are able to make our own choices. Because they're our own. It's free will. And it's none of our choice, or it's none of our job, and it's none of our privilege to tell somebody else that their choice was not the right choice for them. That's our ego talking. That's us trying to make people into what we want them to be, not who they actually truly are in the core, at the core, in that moment in their journey. And when you realize that, you're going to be let down a lot less by people. Because right now you're taking it personal when people make choices that are best for them or they have, but it's not even anything personal like that. So release it, please. Do yourself that favor and let people grow. Let people change. Let people make mistakes and accept the fact that you've made plenty yourself. And you know what? I bet you some of those people that you made those mistakes around before are still around, rooting you on. And those should be the people that you're inspired by, not the people that are bitter. Bitterness is not going to do anything but taint the rest of the sweetness that could be around you. Because I don't know if your pile knows this or not, but when we feed in to gossip, when we feed into judgment, when we feed into anything like that, and we don't really pay attention to like, hey, you know what? I could be in that spot one day. I haven't walked in those shoes before, or maybe I have, and I'm ignoring the fact that I've been through that also. And I just don't want to admit that I'm just as bad as the person that I'm judging right now. When we do things like that, we set ourselves up to be so guilty on the inside without even realizing that we feel guilty, because we are resistant of the fact that we just judge somebody for something that we in our core might be someday. And it will make somebody the most bitter person ever, trying to block everybody out, thinking it's everybody else attacking them, but in reality it's not. In reality it's your own mind attacking you, because I could tell you you're a purple elephant and you're not going to be offended by that, because you know you don't look like a purple elephant. That would be ridiculous. But if I went to you and I said, I can't believe you would think that, you're so dumb, that might hurt a little bit, because you might question yourself. Am I? Was it? We can only get insulted, and we can only get offended, and we can only get hurt, and we can only get let down by people when we already have a weakness in that area, or a vulnerability that we're trying to hide, or a guilt that we're trying to mask, or an insecurity that we don't want to admit, that we're trying to run, or a demon that we're trying to run from. Sometimes it's your whole past that you're trying to run from, that makes you into that person. So I feel like this pile really needs to hear that no matter what the situation was, if you made the choice in it by your own free will, or if you made that choice with a smile on your face, or with some relief in your heart, or with certainty in your mind that this is going to be the right choice, if you did that, then there is nothing about that choice that you need to ever regret. Because we don't choose things for ourselves because we think it's going to go and make us fail or make us embarrassed. We choose things for ourselves because we think it's the best choice. Point blank. Life can be so simple if you just make choices, you make decisions, and you don't look back. You only look forward. Why? Because you can't go back and change the past. The only thing that you can change about the past is your perception of it and other people's understanding of it by maybe communicating about what happened if you didn't communicate in the first time. But what you can change is now. What you can change is the future. What you can change is tomorrow. You can't change other people, but you can change yourself. You can't change other people's actions that happen towards you, but you can change your perception of them. And by doing these things, you're going to literally be able to change your reality. Or somebody else's. It's really important also, and I know I'm not doing cards right this second, but it's because I'm channeling, so these are like my direct download messages for you guys, okay? It's really, really important also for this group to understand that even though change takes time, habits take time to break, at least as long as you took to make it. You should give yourself to break it, right? So don't give up on yourself just because you can't do it right away the first time. Failures happen. When a baby's trying to learn how to walk, it first has to learn how to use its muscles, then it has to learn how to sit, then it has to keep its balance, then it has to learn how to crawl, then it has to actually get the nerve up to take a step, and then it has to actually try to take the step. This doesn't mean that the baby's a failure. What this does mean is that the baby wasn't as experienced as everybody else, and it needed time to grow and time to learn. It's super simple like that. So why is it that once we become adults, all of a sudden we're expected to know how to do things the very first time that we try them, and that's the only chance that we get? To me, that's pretty ridiculous. And anybody that's making somebody have to do things the very first try is being really unfair. Because I can guarantee you that if you were in their shoes, you would not be able to do it yet. Or maybe you would. But that's the beauty of humans. We're all different. Loving someone is not giving up on them. Loving someone is also not allowing yourself to be hurt solidify them to the point where it can't be repaired. And the only way to do that is to realize that it's not personal and to understand them. The only way to do that is to realize that it's not personal and to understand them a little bit better, so that you realize that it's not personal and that they are on their own journey and they're trying to learn their own lessons just like you. And I can guarantee you, whatever bad is happening to you, it's because you needed a lesson from it as well. So stop being so critical of yourself and others. Stop being hopeless. There's so much hope. The fact that you're sitting here and you can hear this message should certify in your mind that there is so much hope. Because you're conscious enough to know that you wanted a message. You're blessed enough to have gotten one. Hopefully you're lucky enough that it was your right message. But if not, I'm sure you'll use it later. And you're important enough that the universe took the time to orchestrate all of this for you. Because how else would you end up here with me telling you what you needed to hear? You wouldn't. Unless you were that important. And your energy was that motivated to reach out. For the universe to literally orchestrate this whole happenstance of a meeting in this video. That's beautiful energy. That's a huge blessing in itself. Now you just need to allow yourself to accept it. So you can heal those emotions finally, and you can gather up the strength to reconnect with this family dynamic that may be chaotic right now. And so you can really truly forgive whoever it is that you're holding that resentment for. I'm going to read your guys' oracle card now. And then I'm going to actually check some zodiac signs. You are dealing with something that is not good for you, hurts your reputation, and is stretching the rope too tight. Your fate was generous with you and showed leniency towards you. But to avoid a crushing fall, you must stop steering your way in this mode and compensate the people affected by your actions. So that would be talking about being that moody jerk face. No offense. Or that cold-shouldered individual who was acting out because of the treatment that they had received. Because they thought it was fair. But what's fair? If you didn't feel like it was fair to be treated a certain way and you felt hurt by it and you wanted to claim a victim state of being or a victim experience out of it, what does that make you if you go and you do something similar? No longer a victim, but also no longer valid necessarily in your complaint. How could you be upset for something that somebody did and you are the same type of person because you did it too? So it's really important to keep the upper hand, because if anything, at least then you could do it for selfish reasons, if anything. Maybe you don't want to be a nice person, but I'm sure you don't want to be a liar or a hypocrite either. And that's what you'll become if you step into their energy and try to react to meet them on their level. So do yourself the favor. Do everybody around you the favor. And lead by example, no matter how hard it is. Because your payment will always be worth it in the end, if you work for it now. Set the stage for the behavior and the treatment that you want. What you're okay with, what you think the standard should be. Start it there. and stay consistent with that and love the people around you, no matter how much pain they put you in, because you don't know their pain. You don't know why they're making those choices. So just trust that it's for a good intention. They may be ignorant in their choice. They may be misunderstood. They may be misled. They may be deceived. They may be trying to be deceptive. But that's them. If you try to be paranoid about it, and you try to match their energy, and you try to chase them to find out the answers, and you try to get them back, and you try to block whatever attacks they're giving you, and you adjust your life to fit around their threats, what you're doing is signing up for a lot of negative karma on yourself. But you're also not giving them the opportunity to learn. So you're stunting their progress, because maybe you are supposed to be that earth angel that shows them what it is to live in the light. Maybe you're supposed to shine that flashlight on their darkness and illuminate for them the right path, or the easier path, the cleaner path, so that they're not running into all these obstacles and people and battles and creating all this extra negative energy. Maybe you're the one that's supposed to be nice when they didn't deserve it. And maybe you're the one that's supposed to pull them up to your level, rather than letting them pull you down to theirs. You're only going to ever be given what you can survive, and as much as you can handle. So the fact that the universe may be giving you such a difficult situation or so many obstacles is really a compliment. And just like a tough coach, it's just trying to train you to be the strongest that you can, because it knows that you can handle it. So now it's time for you to realize that. And for you to step into the power that the universe has already seen for you a long time ago. That's all I've got for this pile. I hope it was helpful. Sorry if it was a little confusing in the beginning. Thanks for sticking through it if you did. Please like and share and subscribe. Please. I would love the support, and I would hope to see you in my next videos. Please check out any other ones that you may see on my page. They are all timeless unless it says otherwise. And stay around if you want to watch the other piles. Okay? Thank you. Bye, pile 1. And hello, pile 2. So, pile 2. Here's your oracle card. There is no connection between what you have asked and what you really want to know. Unforeseen difficulties may arise because of ostentatious behavior. Practice humility and do not patronize others. Modesty and support of others will help you attract abundance and wealth. So let's see for your pile what you guys are needing to hear. It sounds like there's something going on with you. Take these 3 cards. Wow. This pile could be one of the more intuitive ones. But I more so feel like there's something that you feel is being hidden from you. But honestly, I feel like it's like internal knowledge that you actually know. And maybe you're just not allowing yourself to connect into right now. You feel like you're bound by some negative energy or some, You know, like something's holding you back. You feel blocked. It's like there's something that you know. There's something that you want to tap into. You're intuitively like guided to be aware of this devil energy so that you can finally start fresh and move on your own path. But you're not speaking up on it. I feel like that this actually also could be you may be somebody, or you may be dealing with somebody who feels like they just don't want to tell you whatever it is that you wanted to know. They're not communicating very well because of this devil energy. Devil energy isn't necessarily like the devil. It's not a negative card. It actually could be for a Capricorn, actually. So this could be Capricorn energy. Yeah, you know, I feel like this actually is for a Capricorn. I feel like this is actually about a Capricorn. You may have some misconceptions about a Capricorn and maybe their intuitive gifts or the way that they present them to you. Because this setup right here is actually how I would see like my gifts as a shadow light worker. Because it's one of my abilities to expose people's shadows, their darkness, their demons, their insecurities, their vulnerabilities, their weaknesses, their failures, and teach them why it's so divinely beautiful and why it's okay to be you, and that you've got more control over you than what you realize. To shine light on that darkness and to teach them how to set forth for their fresh start, their real future, their life path, their passion. And I feel like whoever has this pile may be judging somebody who's like that, possibly because of your own shadows. But it's out of fear of the unknown, or just of like a different way of doing things, something that you're not used to, something that scares you a little bit. Maybe you feel like this person is darker, but I'm not getting dark energy off of this person at all. What I am getting is that you feeling this way about them or treating them that way is stalling your creation, not theirs. You have things in your shadows, and a lot of pessimism, a really jerky behavior, wishy-washiness, some naive approach that was ruthless and reckless, and a lot of conflict because of it. Those are what are hiding in your shadows, causing you to feel this way about this individual right here and their beliefs. But it's nobody's job to pick somebody else's beliefs. So if you feel like that's your job, then I would resign, because this is a karmic cycle and it's ending right now. And if you're not on the right side of that karmic cycle, you're going to be falling off the wrong direction. And you don't want to go that way. That means that you have to repeat it again and go through more misery or more frustration or more obstacles. So you're really being advised to be strong. Stay so strong, but not just strong. It's your job to figure out the family how to keep the family together, stay strong for the family. When I say strong, I don't mean physical strength. I also don't mean mental strength. I don't mean any type of like assertion of power or dominance. If you look at this card, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There we go. If you look at this card, you see this woman. I believe it's the Empress. She has the infinity symbol above her head because she's got infinite power. Divinely led infinite power. She's wearing white because she's pure. She's got vines around her and on her head because she's fertile, because she's the mother. She's the Empress. She's Aphrodite. Venus. And then you've got the Leo. The strong, fierce, confident, sometimes a little cocky or conceited lion. She's not wrestling that lion down. She's petting it and nurturing it and loving it and respecting it. And it's respectfully obeying. This is still a wild beast. It could attack her at any moment. It even has its mouth open. But that's like the ultimate sign of trust. It's allowing her to be in its most threatening space on it. But more so, she's allowing it to be in her space where she's the most threatened. Why? Because she wants to tame this beast. She wants to respect it. She wants to be able to know that she's strong and allow it to still feel respected in the process. Sometimes winning the battle does not mean that you are the victor. Sometimes it's avoiding the battle. That means that you're the one that really conquers. Sometimes it's loving the person who hurt you or who could hurt you, and trusting that if they do it, it's meant for you to find a lesson out of it. But still understanding that they are still who they are. In the core, they are still a natural beast. There's always risk. The question is, how are you going to handle the risk? Are you going to get defensive and resistant and fight against it and tap into that devil energy and go into all these shadows, like where you've got conflict happening and you've got things hidden and you've got secrets and you've got ruthless behavior and like catty behavior and like harm towards each other, all because it's being exposed by somebody that, or you have the option of exposing it? Or are you going to tap into that strength, that nurturing strength, that true love, unconditional love, compassion, and equal dominance and submission, depending on who needs to be in that moment, and trust and purity, so that you can actually create a fertile future, and so this family right here can come to a state of togetherness and happiness. Because that's all it's going to take, is for you to be strong enough to overcome your own shadows and for you to do the work. And I'm not saying it's easy work. You're going to need to use this strength towards yourself as well. That same compassionate strength. That same nurturing dominance. Or leadership, sorry, not dominance, but nurturing leadership. Because shadow work is very hard. and it's exhausting, and it will make you feel like you are going to break when you're in the dark night of your soul. And when you hit the void, you'll feel hollow. But just like when at 8 of Cups, they walk away from the cups that they were carrying, that's them entering the void. But the very next card, that 9 of Cups, is pure material wealth and happiness, and emotional happiness and fulfillment. All it took was to be willing to set down those cups and walk away and enter that void and that dark night of the soul and do it and handle it. And right around the corner, as soon as you get through there, you've got this waiting for you. Abundance, prosperity, happiness, a true family union. So my advice for this pile would be to stop worrying about what other people are doing. Worry about what you're doing. Don't criticize anything in the outside world until you know that your room and your body and your house and your mind are crisp and clean and in perfect working order. Because until then, you are nobody to be able to, nobody qualified to judge. Not because you're going to hurt other people's feelings. Again, we can look at this in two ways. We could do it out of the kindness of your heart for these people who might have hurt you, and I doubt that's going to be the choice that you're wanting to make. Or you could look at it like this: to protect your own self from doing damage to yourself without realizing. Because when you criticize people and you know that there's things that they could be judging about you, what that opens you up for is a lot of insecurity and vulnerability and fear of exposure. Or wearing a mask and trying so hard to keep that image up, so scared that somebody's going to expose you. And that's not a life. Sometimes it's a little bit more worth it to just put that little bit of extra effort in and actually secure that life that you want people to see that you have. Your relationship is unhappy, go to counseling. If that counselor doesn't work, try another one. Do self-help. Counselors, therapists, psychologists, people like that, you shouldn't, personally, in my opinion, and again, I'm not qualified to give this as like medical advice or psychological advice, but in my opinion, you should not settle for an answer if you're not completely convinced that they're right. Because psychologists and counselors can get it wrong too. And they will often, when you go to a different one, give you a different version of what they find your symptoms to be or your diagnoses. And this is not because they are making it up. It's not because it's not real stuff or a real science. And it's not because anything like that. What it is because nobody's perfect, and people all have their own perceptions, and they all have their own way of wording things and interpreting language, and you've got a different way of answering people. Some people you might be shy to give the real answer to. Somebody else you might realize, oh, you know what, I forgot about that. And you'll add that to it, and that might change your whole diagnosis. Some people just don't know to ask the right question because they don't know your background. And they can only know what you've told them. Sometimes we've got a skewed perception of our actions, so when they're asking us things, we think we're answering honestly, but it might not be honest according to the people that are around you. So if anybody that's supposed to be helping you heal gives you a diagnosis or a solution or a method that you feel is not appropriate for what you know to be true about yourself, then reach out and get a second opinion or a third until you feel comfortable and you feel fully informed on what this is that you And also understand, because I do feel like this pile might have a lot to do with like mental health or something like that. It's really important to understand that just because you got a diagnosis of something does not mean it's permanent. That should be looked at as a guideline for where you're at in your current moment, in your current journey. Because just like when you are 12, your teeth might have been crooked, and now that you're 29 or whatever, like they might have straightened out. And just like our eyes worked great when we were little, and now they might be strained. And just like our memory might have like gotten worse over the years or better, or just like our favorite color might have changed. But most importantly, the stories that we tell ourselves about ourselves, they change too. Except that's something that we don't usually let ourselves know. But it's really important to never feel doomed to a diagnosis or a issue or a disorder or a flaw or a, you know, like anything can change with the right effort. Anything. You just have to figure out the way to do it. So just don't settle. If you want to be something, you're going to be it. Figure out how. And reach out to as many people as you need to get that answer. Or to help you guide along your way. And then by the end of it, you won't need to worry about the shadows because they'll be gone. The worst thing that you can do is ignore the problem. Or pretend like it's just something that's you. This is just me. No, it's not. Unless you're choosing it to be. Research yourself. Research everything. Give yourself that chance. And if you're insecure about something, or if somebody can say something to you that makes you feel offended, or if you feel vulnerable, or you feel fearful around somebody, there's a reason. Those are all supposed to be cues from your inner child telling you, hey, we have to go and work this out. There's an issue here, we need to address it. So if you feel uncomfortable with your weight, start working out every single time you have a thought of being uncomfortable or of being overweight. Don't even worry about scheduling in long workout sessions, things like that. When you get the idea in your head of something insecure, do a little bit of a workout until it goes away. If you're at the office, you could do leg lifts under your desk. You could do ab workouts at your desk. You could have a little, like, pick up your purse or your bag or your briefcase or something, you know, and do some curls. When you go to the restroom, if you realize it's kind of tight to pull your pants up, do some squats. Just real quick, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. By the end of the day, if you work out every single time that you have a thought of insecurity, guess what? You're going to be looking great in a couple months. And those thoughts will slowly but surely disappear. Because they'll no longer be necessary. If you don't feel smart, study. Every time you feel dumb about a situation, learn the answer. Don't settle for not knowing. Discover. Get curious. Explore. If you feel like you don't have a talent, try stuff. I bet you have one out there. You just have to find it. And yeah, Don't ever judge somebody else for their shadows. That is the key takeaway here. And you know what, your pile, I'm going to do actually an angel card also for you. All right, universe. Oops, sorry, some of my cards are flipped over. A lot of my cards are flipped over. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Alright, let me see. My cat knocked down the whole pile and I just picked them up how they were. Crazy kitty. Okay. Almost done. Like 2 more. Okay, cool. It was 2 more. Alright, so for pile 2, universe, what would you like to say, my angels? What do you want to let pile 2 know? That's crazy. I could have sworn I flipped them all over. Spiritual understanding. Archangel Raziel. I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. And that is so perfect for the very beginning of this reading with that High Priestess and Devil energy and the fresh start. So, you know what, your pile, I bet you guys do have spiritual gifts, and I feel like you may be insecure about them, or you're dealing with somebody who has spiritual gifts and with exposing shadows and things like that, and it's triggering you to feel insecure about it and confused. But and here at the bottom of the pile, clairvoyance. Those are those geometric shapes. Archangel Raziel. Again, I'm helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. Try telepathy. I just recently started trying it. And it's really interesting because I draw it in shapes. That's what I see. So try it out. I'll try it with you. Alright, pile 2. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment to let me know what you thought of the video. Share it with your friends if you liked it. Even if you didn't like it, somebody else might. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next video or one of my other ones on my page that I already have posted. They're all timeless. And go ahead and stay for one of the other piles if you'd like. Love and light. Bye. And hello, pile 3. Pile 3. Hello. Your oracle card, pile 3. You have difficulty breaking away and getting out of a situation. You are doubtful and try evasive solutions instead of backing off courageously. Do not do what you have asked about, and do not take the direction you contemplated on, because reality may blow up in your face, and you may not know how to get yourself out of the mud. Alright, pile 3. I'm going to get an angel card for you guys right away. This is for pile 3. What do my angels want to say? What do my angels want to say? Oh. Comfort. Archangel Azrael, I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. And you know what? Even though all of these ones spilled out, yeah, for this pile, I'm really gonna just read all of these that spilled out. I think that they are all gonna be your messages, actually. Hope you guys don't mind. It spilled out in 2 piles. The first pile was these 3 cards. The first one says outdoors. Archangel Jophiel. Go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve some stress and gain new creative ideas. The next one out. Remember who you are. Remember, Simba. Archangel Michael. You are powerful. You are loving. And you are a creative child of God. And you are very loved. Remember. And the last one, angel therapy. Perfect. Archangel Raphael. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. All right, so now let's see what these other ones are. Life review. Archangel Jeremiel. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal. And resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. That imbalance might be in your head. It could be like maybe you're struggling with like some type of like mental health issues or something, or it could be a battle between yourself, having conflicting interests, having conflicting thoughts, you know, like being torn between choice. But really, just review your entire life. Claircognizance, another gifted pile. Archangel Uriel, pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. I'm going to read that one more time because it gave me chills. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. So this pile has probably been praying for things, and they don't even realize that they've had the key the entire time. Pay attention. Remember who you are. And trust in the angels to take your burdens. Nurture. Archangel Gabriel. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. Career transition. Archangel Chamuel. Your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. Beloved one. Archangel Chamuel again. I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. Wow. Angels are active in this pile. That is amazingly awesome. That was like so cool. Counselor. Archangel Azrael. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. healthy lifestyle. Archangel Raphael. Eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. Prosperity. And then only one more after that. Archangel Ariel. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So just do it. They got you. Prioritize. Archangel Metatron. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. I literally have goosebumps right now. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. Literally have goosebumps right now. Crazy. So you know what? I think that's all this pile needs to hear. To be perfectly honest, I think that you guys know. You guys know what to do. Let go of whatever it is that you're holding on to that is not letting you do that. Whether it be fear, whether it be a person, whatever. Let go of it and trust in these angels to guide you because they are so on your team. And that is all I have for you. Please like and subscribe. I'm sorry for your video being so short, but I feel like the message was very clear. Like, subscribe, share, watch my other videos, check out the other piles, and I will see you next time. Okay? Love and light. Bye.